words have vibration. Words, when they are expressed from the heart of a man, from the heart of a woman, when it is expressed from their soul, when it is expressed from what they deem to be true, there is an expression that causes an utterance that brings a vibration. I've sat in games where people began to praise the team that they were rooting for, to confuse the enemy, because the enemy, you always deem if you're on one team, the other side to be the enemy. But it's just a game, right? Come on, I'm going to a game when I leave here. And every time the opposing team gets the ball, to make sure that they don't get it in and make a touchdown, we're going to be sitting there, they're going to be, Lion. Why? Because they want to confuse the quarterback, they want to confuse the receivers, they want to confuse the runners, so they make a lot of noise because they know noise brings vibration. Vibration is an expression of faith. Make sure you're writing these notes. If not, get the CD. Vibration is an expression of faith, but there is no vibration without a word being spoken. And the word that is spoken has to be uttered. That's why the doctors will tell you, as a sign of life, they always look for that when the baby is born, to make an utterance. The utterance is just a sound, because nobody knows what the baby is uttering. It's just a strange sound of life that something is said. When nothing is said, it's like an individual being dead, because nothing can happen. So they used to take the baby, and you remember they used to pop the baby on the bottom so that the baby can make a sound. But what's amazing about utterance, when you look in, they're locked up in prison, they're in a peculiar situation, but they choose to praise. They choose to speak. They choose, because the Bible says, the first thing it says they do, it says that they're praying. Sure, you get somewhere in your notes. Prayer, in its simplest form, is you communicating to God. What is communication? To talk with, as coming into an agreement. That God, I'm in agreement with you. I'm communicating you pertaining to your word. And so it says that they minister to God in prayer and in song. Can you imagine? Have you ever been in a place you begin to tell God how awesome he is, how wonderful he is, how his word says he's going to bless you when you come, bless you when you go, and all of a sudden you start singing it, all of a sudden you start praising, oh my God, I love you so much, oh God, what can I do without you, God, heaven and earth adore you. You just begin to get into a place of ecstasy in your love relationship with God, knowing that if he doesn't, he can. So I'm just praising you for who you are and not for what I'm in, because I know what I'm in is not greater than who you are. And if I can just but focus on who you are and allow my words to be in tune with who you are, not what I'm going through, then the very utterance that comes out of me is an utterance of truth by faith, knowing that you're still God. See, it's something about saints still knowing God is still God when nothing makes any sense. Just be honest this morning. Have you ever been in a place where nothing makes no sense but God? See, the old saints, they had that good. But God. They might not understand nothing the preacher was saying. But God. I mean, they're not like this, the new generation. They got to try to, pick apart everything, but I'm of this persuasion. If God got something better for me, preacher, I receive what God has for me. But anyway, I want to educate you about what's taking place. Go ahead, finish reading, Joseph, because there's some utterance that's taking place that's going to bring a change. Back to Acts 24:25. Read, please.
About midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns unto God, and the other prisoners were listening to them. Suddenly, there was such a violent earthquake.
Wait a minute. What is an earthquake? The first thing you feel is a vibration. There is a, sometimes I'm prophesying to folks and all of a sudden their knees get weak. I'm telling them before I can encourage them to know that I'm really hearing from God, I normally have to minister to them about something they've already experienced in the past, which is called a word of knowledge. Because I'm knowledgeable about you and I don't know you like that. So I have to say something pertaining to your past. Then I say something pertaining to your present. I catch you up to date to see I'm in there. Then I step over to the future to tell you what God got. By then, the vibrations, depending on how I'm speaking it, has transformed their lives forever, even if they don't know it. Vibrations, utterance brings vibrations.